Stomp him in the nuts. Stomp him in the nuts. I'ma stomp him in the nuts. 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 I'ma stomp him in the.
Hey yo, what's good? So shout outs to Jeff Cotto that I realized that Klitchko versus Fury got postponed. He said that in the great video he did on Ron Lyle. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. I'll put it in the description. It's a great video. Watch my video on Ron Lyle too. Underappreciated. He's definitely an underappreciated fighter. Anyway, Klitchko postponed this fight because of injury. It is a torn tendon in his calf, according to Ringtv.com. I will put that link in the description as well. A few guys have made videos about it. They're saying maybe it's Klitchko playing mind games with Fury, or maybe he's actually afraid of Fury, that Fury has gotten in his head with his own mind games. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into all that. I'm just gonna say that these athletes today, they're just training so hard and in such different ways these days. They're doing a whole bunch of training methods, like I don't know, hip programs, or I want to say CrossFit. A lot of guys are doing CrossFit or other stuff that's for athletes, and maybe they're not focusing as much on boxing. I'm not saying that's the case for Klitschko, but I know a lot of guys are training in different methods, taking methods from different sports. And that's why you look at athletes back in the day, and you're like, these guys had over 100 fights, over 200 fights. But that's why they didn't really get injured or fights get postponed that much. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But because they kept fighting and they were strictly boxing. They kept to boxing. That's why they were great fighters. A lot of guys, they haven't mastered the art of boxing, yet they want to go into another field to get better at boxing. Maybe they might be better athletes today, but they are not better athletes. They are not better fighters. How could a guy be a better fighter with 1/3 of the fights that these guys had and just so much less accomplishments? You can't be a better fighter. Maybe you're a better athlete, but that doesn't make you better at your particular sport. And that's why I think a lot of these guys overtrain and they get injured, because they're doing stuff that normally wouldn't be incorporated in boxing. Some guys, they don't do as much sparring, and obviously they're not fighting that much, like once or twice a year, right? This would have been Klitschko's second fight this year. I don't know when this fight will actually happen, but it's a shame that we're not getting this fight. And I really hope that it's just a postponement, that we still get it this year, maybe sometime late November or December. I don't know how serious a torn tendon is. I've never had a torn tendon. Maybe some of you athletes out there, could shed some light on that. How serious is a torn tendon? How long is it? How long does it take for it to heal usually? If it's serious, maybe it takes a little longer, obviously. But yeah, that's my insight. They're boxing less and they're focusing on the business side of things, and just focusing on becoming better athletes instead of becoming better fighters. So that's my mini rant on this. Tell me what you guys think about this fight being postponed, and about what I suggested is the reason why a lot of these fights are being postponed. I am less cynical than a lot of channels out there. I don't want to think of these fighters as chickens, as being afraid of these guys. I know Oscar De La Hoya admitted to having fake injuries. He just put a cast on his arm because he didn't want to fight. But I know it happens, but I don't want to believe it. See no evil, hear no evil. You know, I'm that type of person. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. What is it legit? Is injury legit, or is Klitchko, afraid of Tyson Fury?